teacher interactions are happening for all grades. And similarly, digital interventions that are happening for all grades. You know that the lockdown happened towards the end of March. On the 7th day of the lockdown itself, on 1st of April, we launched a statewide radio school program. It is being broadcast in a 1 hour slot daily from 11 to 12 in the morning, and it is being broadcast from 17 radio stations. We were able to put together the content for this very, very quickly because UNICEF supported us on this. And we also used to run our own radio programs earlier. So we used much of that content to put together this program extremely quickly. The programs that are part of this interactive radio programs are Meena Ki Kahaniyan, Jilmil, which is based on maths and environmental science, English is Fun, which teaches spoken English, and Suno Kahani, which was a narrative, which was an intervention started by Rajya Shiksha Kendra, where very interesting stories by very reputed people were narrated by very famous people. So the very first program carried a story which was narrated by the Honorable CM himself here. This program has been extremely successful and it has engaged the students a lot. In fact, parents and the general community has also got very engaged in this program. I'll just quickly share some of the things that are happening in the field. It is normally we think that radio is going to be available for everybody, but we found that with changing technology that is not the case. So in many places our innovative teachers decided to use the loudspeaker available in the village to broadcast the radio program for all. In many places it is the panchayat's loudspeaker. In some places they use the temple or the mosque loudspeaker, but the idea was to broadcast the program to everybody. So as a result, parents also came together on board. Then we also used ASHA workers, local teachers, our midday meal cooks, etc., to spread awareness about the program. The SMCs did a lot of wall writing, graffiti, etc., to make sure that parents knew about this program. And a lot of parents also follow the radio program along with their children. You can see in this picture here that in the joint family, there's a radio kept on the table, and there are actually parents also. There's a lady, and then there's an old man in the background. They are also listening to the program along with the kids. The challenges for the radio program are that its usage patterns are not very clearly known, and often one device has a lot of users, and as I mentioned earlier, that access is still a challenge. So we are also now very soon starting the community radio, which is run by the tribal department, because a lot of our villages are in deep tribal areas, and we are hoping that we will be able to improve our access in these areas. The second problem that we have felt is that programs like Jilmil and English is Fun, and even to a certain extent, Meena Ki Dunya, were actually programs which are designed to be run with the help of the teacher. They used to be run during school hours, and the teacher used to moderate these programs. But now, in the absence of the teacher, it's a little bit of a challenge that how do we actually ensure that it is being used optimally. The other thing is that we also found that the flip side, the good side is that we found that people are so engaged with these programs that there was a newspaper report telling us that no, Meena Ki Dunya has finished and we must get more programs like that, more episodes of that, because children are enjoying it so much. The good side of the radio program is that it is, of course, as we all know, it's the most widely accessible low-cost solution. Our field surveys are showing that it has been used very widely during lockdown. And we have also found that parents, as I said, found it very engaging and parents have come on board. So that's the whole community, in fact, has come on board, which is very, very interesting for us and also very encouraging. The other non-digital thing is TV broadcast, which started slightly late for us because our Doordarshan Kendra had a little bit of an issue and a little bit of a scare about COVID and quarantine. But we started